Hello. Hello. That's one happy rich face. Bro, what can I say? I'm always happy, you know? Just vibing to the music. Ooh, New York is gonna be so interesting, guys. Ay, 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 ay. New York is gonna be very, very, very interesting. And I'm gonna tell you guys why. Liquidity is stacked to both sides. 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗙𝗙𝗢𝗙 took a little bit of a down. They wiped out a lot of longs already, but also quite a lot of shorts. And liquidity is just stacking. Let's get it. Exactly. Hello again. Hello, hello, hello. So, yeah. Whew. So guys, how are we feeling? We're still bullish, we're bearish. What are we thinking? What are we seeing? We know the drill by now, right? 1 if you're bullish, 2 if you're bearish. Stream much cleaner? Yeah, I hope so, man. This morning was slightly rough. This morning I was streaming from a 1998 Nokia 3310. Bullish oil will drop tomorrow. 1 for the day, 2, 2, 2, 1s. I see a lot. Like the thing with me is that I have this short that did good today. I'm having this long entry. If my short gets stopped out at break even, then that's it for now. There's a lot of liquidity to the upside. I'm not gonna lie. So why price action in BTC actually crazy? I cannot tell you, my friend. I agree that Bitcoin is currently off the charts. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like we see 3% dump in Asia, we see 3.5% dump in London. I can tell you one thing, everyone is betting on a direction. And that's currently the biggest issue. So a lot of people are thinking, oh, we're going up. A lot of people are thinking, oh, we're going down. And the liquidity that pours into the market every 24 hours is absolutely crazy. And especially in terms of liquidation. So what I'm feeling is that everyone is over risking their current hand. And that is what is going wrong mostly. Check 5-minute chart, it looks absolute shit. I am checking it on the right side. And we can see liquidity getting stacked above and below. So this is the pattern I drew this morning. What I was expecting back then, and it, well, sort of did that semi-perfect. I had to move this slightly because New York is opening later. So I drew the pattern to short. Let's wait for New York, guys. So short will have stop loss at break even. You think March will close green? Honestly, I expected them to close March green. I definitely expect them to close March green, because otherwise it's gonna be a new record. But 60, oh, they don't need that much. 66.9. Only 0.5% move for close green, a monthly green closure. Yeah, New York is gonna be fire. New York is in 25 minutes from now. 69k monthly close and after straight to Mordor. I don't know, guys. Listen, this is, and I'm just honest with you guys, this is the hardest market I ever traded in my life. If they drop it first, does that mean the MM can buy it up cheaper and pump it? So wouldn't that make more sense for the MM to just dump it, buy it up cheap and pump, then dump? Bro, that's a very hard sentence you just typed there. I have no clue what you even mean. Hey, out of your long and a new long. No, I'm still holding the long with stop loss at break even of the previous one, which is the... No, I was stopped out of that one. Sorry, I am stopped out of that one. The 66.4 long I got stopped because we had the rally up. We're taking profits this morning. I closed it on stream. Smash the likes. Exactly. Smash those likes. I know what MMs are. 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗙𝗂𝗧, no, you made my day with that forehead joke, please. Don't apologize to it. It was absolutely epic. What trades we doing? We're observing for now. I want to see them sweep lower. Like 66 or 65.4 would for me be an entry. But right now we're mid-range again. So this might even become a dwell level and I have to move them. But I will redo my dwell blocks as soon as I get home. But yeah, this is definitely forming to be a new level. What I'll do if I'll stream probably on Friday, I'm gonna update my levels together with you guys. Does that sound like a plan? So I'm gonna take off what for me has been invalidated and I'm gonna update them. I think that's a good stream, isn't it? I'm still in the short, stop loss at break even, and I exit at 60%. So yes. Is the music loud enough, guys? Can we all hear the music? When is the next Chentology? We're working on the sponsor contracts right now. As soon as they're finalized, I want to do 3 a week. Should we cancel limit order? Music can be a bit louder. Better? You're asking the same question 4 times. Is this even live? How do you mean, buddy? Listen, the market stay irrational longer than we can stay solvent. Are you stealing my lines now? No. Nick, we build our own. So what we're working on, I'll refresh everyone's memory. We'll have the probability indicator. We now have our own liquidation. We have the trading sessions indicator that also showing what session is active. And the previous 5 sessions have done of that same session. And we have the Chento on top to look for entries and where we are in the charts itself. And as you can see, there's a high confluence on the 5 minute at the 67k range. I know 6-7, yeah. Ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous. Yes, I know, I use that word way too much. I'll tune it down a bit. What's the indicator saying? Right now, stay out. It's cool, depending on which one I hover over, which one it gives me. You see, you can now see the other one. The liquidations is screaming long. Absolutely screaming. But I honestly don't know yet, guys. I honestly don't know. We have stops at break even, we're taking most of the table. Like for me, days like this are about making smaller rides because this is getting untradeable, to be honest. Look at the liquidity stack that they're already building here. Same in, look at the liquidity stack that they're building here. But same goes for upside, you know? They're pretty much stacking both sides. BTC forgot consolidation. Yeah, it appears to be, right? Bitcoin's like, you know what? Yeah, and in the end, crypto is still the most risk on asset. So as long as risk of assets are having issues, imagine this, Chento is the captain now. Look at me, I'm the captain now. When we do about video like the probability indicator, I will do pretty soon. I think US Open will go up and 1605 we dump. Might be. Listen, today makes no sense. The point where they bounced, they dropped it hard. They liquidated a lot and then they just pumped back casual another 1.5% back up. Today is about, it's monthly close, so the next monthly open is gonna come as well. Days like these are absolute fuckery. But the short liquidations is path of least resistance. Where do you base that on? Why does it have less resistance? Since we're in a bear market and overall trendingness, and what would an emu do with this market? Yo, this morning I explained the great war of the emus in Australia of 1932. Just a small recap. To understand, in Australia in 1932 there was a big emu plague. So a lot of retired officers, military personnel and everything went to shoot the birds. Well, apparently they are unable because half of their feathers are actually working as bulletproof shields. And next to that, they're flexible, they're agile and everything, so they couldn't shoot the emus. They went out of range, they just ran away and everything, and yeah, it was it's hilarious. So it was the Australian military on the Great War of Emus in 1932. It's a good read on Google. Yeah, that's how I spend my morning. Yeah, the bulletproof emus. By the way guys, we're building out the tools, we're building the indicators. Join the community for free and we're trading on Blowfin. In my opinion, now in all the non-KYC exchanges, the best liquidity and the best setup. I picked shopping mall music, bro. It's the only thing that doesn't get me banned or copyrighted. I wish I could just play my normal playlist, but it's YouTube says it is not happening, buddy. So, but look at the whale volume, man. It's insane right now. Extremely bullish whale volume. I have not seen this before, to be honest. It's a definite first. So did we make money last week, guys? I want to know, let's have a conversation. Are we surviving this market? Are we making money? We have 70 minutes to kill prior to New York. Yeah, Rex to Rari, that limit order is cancelled. I don't know why it is like that. Yes, I made money good. Do you have any issues with Blowfin today? It doesn't show my balance when I trade? That's really weird. That's weird. I can make for you an opening song that would be sick. Making a little here and there, but it ain't easy at the moment. Bro, it's ludicrously hard. Yeah, I said it again, I know. It's very, very hard. It's super hard right now, trading. Look at this price action, man. It's just grinding left and right. It's liquidating left and right. It's not fun to trade right now. Still holding your short? Yeah, stop loss and break even. I took 60% of the table, guys. Then move my stop loss, break even. Do you have a preference? Like, I like Eminem, but we have to be careful with beats that have resemblance to those beats. No, I lost money because of an internet glitch. Oh man, that's bad. Hey Chento, have you considered building a portfolio to copy trade on 𝗨𝗏𝗏 and 𝗨𝗏𝗏𝗏? Bro, have you ever seen an exchange that has actually a working copy trade thing? I keep explaining this every live stream, but the order execution algorithm, the spread, and how people are setting it up. Listen, if I say stop loss at break even, half of you don't even listen. So imagine if I would tell you guys how to set up copy trading, one half of it is not gonna listen. Secondly, it's not working because of the different orders and exchange charts to execute. So you get a lot of spread, you get a lot of drama, you get a lot of issues. Bro, copy trading is an absolute money glitch for exchanges. All they do with it is print money. I'm gonna take you for a Slim Shady. Why not? I barely even listen to my wife. Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna redo my dwell blocks as soon as I'm home. So it's gonna be probably Friday on Banter. And then we're gonna redo them together in the live stream. So make sure to tune in on that. Yeah, it would be way better if I'm here every day to try and teach people. Instead of holding hands, you know, like walking around together, holding hand in hand. Because if I ever decide not to come back, then, yeah. Next stream is on Friday. Thursday I'm taking off. Then a lot of people would be in trouble, wouldn't they? If I decide to not hold hands anymore. That's fine. Legend, hope you are. I am good. Nah, you ain't going anywhere. Are you bullish right now? No, I'm absolutely sidelined. I don't know, and I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know what to think of this market. Like yesterday, the clearest long I could give you guys was the 66.4. And that worked like a charm overnight, but it got so massively destroyed, especially because of this mid-range. Let me... Why can I not? Okay, then I have to do it like this. Like this dwell block, it held so nicely, bounce, and immediate shift to 2 below. And that's something that, I don't know, it feels kind of fishy, you know? It feels very much fishy. And London has done the dirty again, including retracing of the dump down. So it feels like London is the one that's pressuring right now and pressuring the volume. And that's, it's very peculiar. I'm interested in your charting tools that aren't made yet. Have you any ideas for time frame or anything doing? Yeah, we're building complete terminals, man. I want to bring you guys everything except the place to trade on. So everything but not an exchange, you know? Yeah, and hit the like button, guys. Almost 400 amazing people in here. I feel that today is gonna be a good live stream. The pattern is working to the T. If you have any questions that has nothing to do with how much money I have, what positions I'm currently in, or how I make my dwell blocks, feel absolutely free to ask them. We have another 10 minutes where we can have a lovely conversation. What's your thought on quant traders? Like they backtest using Python, etc. It can work, but it doesn't work in TradingView. So you need to have different terminals, because the Python scripting within TradingView is very limited. So that's why we're building 𝗨𝗪𝗡 as well. We need to have a more diverse and a bigger, we need to have more headroom in terms of coding than just TradingView. TradingView limits itself very much, even though they ask a ton of money to API in their data and their backend data. And it's a singularity that gets me. So the next thing we're building on 𝗨𝗪𝗡 is aggregating the liquidations as well for every exchange. So the exchanges that we have pulled in over API data, we're building the TradingView indicator on 𝗨𝗪𝗡 to see liquidations. Any opinions in market, cipher, and crypto phase? If they make you money, they're good. If they don't, find something else. How can I access the indicator? You have to get signed up with our link currently on Blowfin or any of the other exchanges. Start trading like a maniac, and that's how you get in. The only way currently. And that's how we're gonna do it. Like I said before, we're ref gating everything. So everything will be for free. We will remain for free, but don't use your Nokia 3110. Yeah. Listen, I think I don't want to blame anyone, but I'll 100% automatically blame Baxter for that. It wasn't me. Like, I don't know how I can safely say, but I'm just saying it wasn't me. How much money do you have? Yes. I have yes money. Oh man, New York, 8 minutes. Come on. Could you go through the process of looking for entry in SL? I know you don't usually do this. I do. Do you need to use your link, or can you use a referral code as there is? Yeah, referral code is Chento. I want to blame anyone, but definitely Baxter's fault. Yeah, 100%. Just answer yes to any stupid question. Duh. For about 5 years it takes time, but you will see that no other single indicator will be able to show you whether we make money on it is a different story. Bro, listen, I can see ghosts in the charts as well. I know what my indicators can do. I know how much time we spend on building it and the team understanding my brain. I don't trade ETH and I don't trade Solana. Glad I bumped into this channel. It's a great learning place. Thank you so much for the kind words, Rodriguez. So my entries and my exits are based on dwell blocks, and dwell block is going to be next video. And then I look for the most untouched areas. So for my long, it's either going to be here or it's going to be here. These are the only two areas I'm interested in to long from right now. And then for stop loss, it depends on how much reaction we see, but I want to have at least one dwell block of space. But as you can see, like the risk reward can easily take it in these. And for my short, the same. So that's how I look for my entries and my exits. It's my indicators that are showing me where the liquidity is resigning. Does your team also have ADHD? Bro, I think half of it is half autistic, raging ADHD, everything. Not knocking what you're showing, just give an answer to MC. That's all. I appreciate the data you're showing for sure. Bro, I don't know. I also gotta know what what's popping. Nothing yet really. How do you measure dwell blocks? I'm gonna do it on Friday. How many goats fit into a pista? I don't know if I even fit in, man. I'm a big guy. I know I don't fit in a Lamborghini Huracan. I need ADHD too. It seems to work with crypto. Okay, that's pretty funny. 𝗕𝗟𝗢 is going down. That's interesting. How can we access the 5 million? The 500k to 5 million challenge. I have 500k, that's a good start. I knew our brothers fit also. Bro, those guys, I don't even want to talk about it. No, I do fit in F8, by the way. So Chentology is currently working with a brand sponsor. As soon as that's fixed, it's probably going to be 2-3 videos a week. Possible trades after 10 today? Absolutely. I marked off the levels. I'm looking to short, and I know it's hard to read right now on my screen. It's short from 67.5, at least that's what I'm looking at. And it's gonna be a long probably from 65.3. Let's get the liquidations and Chento on top back, because I need to see where the liquidity is resigning. Boxes, line, details, values, inputs, service line. Okay, fine. 2 minutes 50 to New York. 408 beautiful people. Hit the like button. Come on, guys. It's the only thing you can do. Taking valuable time out of my very busy schedule every day to sit here with you guys. Chento, can you maybe explain what for you clear signal is that either buyers or sellers won the battle in a point of interest? The most important thing is to see a retest, you know? So even if I would long this, even if I would long the 66.4 again, you want to see a retest. And with a retest, I mean like, look, they go into a range or they come from, wait, let me get this off. So the clearest signal for me, and that's why I was convinced yesterday of the long of the 66.4, look at this, right? So what's important is a clear hold level. So they went above, they rejected, consolidated below, and in the theory of dwell blocks, consolidation below is bearish, right? So they went and tested the 66.4 dwell block, they shifted out, consolidated, shifted out more, retest. And this is key. I want to see a retest of the area in order to believe that a position is holding. And after this retest, higher high, shift out. And this point here, this hold, that for me are keys. Same works down, same works up. So what happens a lot is they, look, shift above, try again, shift above, exponential candle at the top, shift below, consolidation at, shifting down, retry, exponential candle at the top, then they shift down. So this would also be my confirmation for a short entry. Like levels rather to never go untouched for a second time. So for me, also the fact that they made this imbalance here, this is what is slightly moving me to the bearish side right now. Because this is a big imbalance. It's fast shift out. So the amount of liquidity that's still resigning there, and I haven't even looked at it, but I can prove you immediately that it's there by putting on the liquidations. That's what I look for. I need to have a second opinion or a second confirmation in order to be sure. Look, here we go. Here are the liquidations, still stacked. And I'm telling you that, yeah, full stacked. So that's how I vision for the perfect and the clearest entries. Retest with confirmation of break. Don't forget to like, boys and girls. Chento, maybe an idea, technic music composer might work for playing stuff that does not have copyright. Yeah, that sounds good. I have no clue how. We should be aiming for scalping, day trading, and more position trading. I'm currently short from 71, being itching to close and profit around 65, 64. New York's open, by the way. Welcome, welcome, welcome. First push, initially 5 seconds is up. On the 5K port, I can't really advise you, to be honest. Because this market is not giving me swing entries. Like, I was short from 71.8 as well. But yeah, I can't advise you. You can't swing this market. There's no possibility to swing this. Because even if you take the maximum of the move, it's still not a swing trade in normal market behavior. Pressure seems to be wanting to go up. The whales are extremely bullish. The volume is also extremely pushing bullish. That's something I rarely see. But a retest of this high would make a lot of sense, especially the 67K region. And then we can reassess from there. What about the liquidation cluster, bro? 72.5 is a bit of a stretch to immediately go from here, right? So I'm still in my... Like, I agree, 72.5 is a very interesting level, but it's a 10% move from here. Might be slightly ambitious to assume that we immediately attack it. Like, the first objective of Bitcoin as of now is trying to close the month positive. Real liquidity is at 68, 69, might be. I need to have my short higher. Guys, listen, this right now is a very much no trade zone. Be careful. If you're not already scaled into positions, and if you are, even stop loss, break even, and let the market develop. We're approaching the end of the month. We're approaching one of the most treacherous territories within this current market. We're having geopolitical issues. We're having everything building right now. And the market is hunting. The market is hungry and the market wants liquidity. That's all that it is doing. So be careful. Only trade with what you can lose. Turn down the leverage and chillax, guys. All the trades you see me taking right now don't exceed 10x, do they? I don't exceed 10x. Why? Because the market will humble you. It will hunt you. It will destroy you. If I exceed 10x right now, I'm going to be in trouble as well. 5x max in these conditions, that's also very, very good suggestion. What's the level to enter month green? I think we just measured it was 66.9 from the top of my head. Guys, again, like the stream. Discord is free. My Blowfin link is absolutely free if you want to trade with me. If you have more than 50k portfolio that you're actively trading with, you can send me a DM and you can enroll into the inner circle where we're running more challenges, different approach, and it's closer on WhatsApp. And last but not least, this will give you also access pretty soon to FlowX, the dashboard you're seeing on the left, what we're building the best free portal on that hopefully crypto and trading has ever seen, and it will give you access to the indicators. That being said, enough sponsoring, let's watch the charts, and Bitcoin is opening pretty interesting. For me, honestly, today, we need to break above at least 67, I know 67k, and have a retest of the 67.5 and break the 5-minute structure with the crossing of the accelerated EMAs, the VWAP, and the long-term EMAs approaching before we can look to the upside. On a negative perspective, as long as we're above 66.4, we're still not very bearish. Except Baxter ripping at 50x. Baxter is willing to lose the money, and Baxter is closely trading with me and has me on a freaking speed dial. I don't think that's comparable, to be honest. How long you have today now? It's the best chat, the greatest chat. Guys, even my team starts spamming now. I don't know if it's fun or it's pathetic, but I'll dig it. So the opening of New York has no actual clue what they want. Look at these candles, it's ripping both directions. It's, I think from what I can visually see, like 0.4%, yeah, exactly on the dot, 0.4% candle opening. And here comes the second candle. We open green with a wick to the downside, and the whales are still aggressively buying on the lower time frames, like insanely aggressively buying. So let's see if the market makers will actually stop that volume, or if it's the true move that we're seeing right now. Market makers making their money. Listen guys, the market makers are eating lobster. 260 million racked in the last 24 hours. They eaten lobster this morning with 34 million. And I think this morning, even on the initial dump, they taken more than 60 million in an hour. The market makers are having a feast. But that's because we keep feeding them, guys. As long as we're not protecting our capital, as long as we are not trading safer with lower leverage and building towards what can be the bull market and respecting the trend that we're in, which is a downward trend, the market makers are gonna have a feast. Oh, Blocks can say whatever he wants to me about market makers. I know me and Blocks align. Time to become a market maker, bro. I'm trying. Trust me. But I'm just 150 million short. I know it's nothing too fancy, but I'm just a casual 150 million short to become a market maker. So if anyone has 150 million laying around and wants to make the big bucks, holla at me. Does not look corrective, bro, it looks boring. And by the way, 169 likes, that's... Guys, come on. Slightly pathetic, isn't it? It's the only way that you can support us. Come in, like the channel, be active in chat, have a conversation, pick up the knowledge, pick the free trades. Guys, yesterday on this live stream, I scalped a 50-60k profit long. If you put all our money together, it's possible. Yeah, it would be. Again, same to disliking. It's hilarious, man. But you know what? You can't grow without a little bit of hate, can we? Ooh, they're pushing up. Exponential. Very exponential. They're gonna take the high, they're gonna reach our 67k. Judah, we're experiencing some issues, my friend. Crazy how I made 45% this morning, only to give back 80% of it to the market, testing the VWAP, yeah, on the dollar. So let's see if it now can actually continue upwards, or that this is the initial peak. It's looking like a nasty rejection, but that it's an initial 30 seconds. New York is looking rather bullish, isn't it? Looking rather bullish, guys. Long upside wicks, yeah. But again, it's the first 10 minutes of New York Open, and it's holding and it's creating higher lows with 2 million already liquidated. Missed the start of the stream. Don't worry, didn't miss a lot. All I said was that we have to be careful currently. I'm still in my short, but 60% DCA'd out. My long got stopped out, break even the remainder. And as soon as the 67.5 will hit, I'm gonna be out of public positions for now. So nothing too fancy. You didn't miss a lot. The futures market opening? Nope, futures market is already open from 15:30 my local time. Raja, I think I just literally said that. Jobs opening data in 20 minutes, that's gonna be an interesting one. Definitely. But it appears to be that Bitcoin is making higher lows and wants to shift out of this structure. Even TradingView is lagging right now. So the pressure from the big buyers is absolutely up. Whales are buying. Whales are wanting this. Whales are wanting to go for this peak. If we go above this structure, then I have to revise. But this looks like a big liquidity level, to be honest. The trading community is so healthy that you teach people, traders, trade levels to level, but in my country they teach us 0 to hero trades. Well, I don't know what you just said to me. Chento, aren't you gonna scale? No, I'm not gonna scale in shorts now. If the night is up, just gotta buy Signal BTC. Where did you find that? On the internet from Michael Saylor or something? Listen, for me it's very easy. If my short hits break even, the remainder at 67.5, then for me my trading day is done. It's that easy. Do you think Elon's tweet is having impact on BTC price? It all depends on how they want to envision it. Like, yeah, Dixie's dumping, which, yeah, but it's still above 100, so DXY above 100 is still a problem. And we do have job opening news in 19 minutes. So that's going to be a bit of a market mover there, eh? Chicago PMI, Joe's job openings, that's going to be interesting. And as of now, at least till now, it's still rejecting the 67k level. You're in a short at 67.5k, is that? I'm in a short at 67.592 with stop loss at break even. Jesus, guys. What do you think about going up? Like I said, and I've been preaching it for a week, I think the monthly is gonna end green. Why? Because otherwise it would be an absolute record of them having 6 red monthly candles. It would make no sense to me, to be honest. So yes, I do think that the monthly is definitely gonna be green. After that, sub 60, very well possible, but in a straight line would be way too easy, so I don't think we're gonna do that. Honestly, ideally, I would love to see 77k. Why? Because of the conviction and the confluence where everything is coming back together. Like, if you zoom out of the chart, the most interesting part would be to see them retest the 66, 60k at 7k region because of the confluence of everything that's residing there. And that would be, for me, the final confirmation of that we're actually going lower. Why? You see the monthly must be green now. See, green monthly candle. So yes, this is already enough for them to have a green monthly, and Bitcoin is indeed pushing up. Now comes a make it or break it level on the 5 minutes that would invalidate the pattern I drew this morning if they indeed keep on going up. And that would be very interesting, because then in that case New York is reversing the move that London made. And a reversal on the move of London is very uncommon for New York. That would mean a high grade of manipulation. High grade of manipulation, well, it's not a market for me. I want to trade PA that is as clear as possible. If not, I protect capital and I prefer not to trade instead of overtrade, lose money. Listen, trading fees are no joke. Losing money is no joke. You need to exponentially make back the money that you lose in order to get back. If I lose 20%, I need to make 25. If I lose 40%, I need to almost make 60%. If I lose 50%, I have to make 100% to get back at the same level. And now it looks like an initial rejection. Let's see the liquidations on the shorts. 3.7 million, that's not that much. I expected them to have more liquidity up here. Till now they're perfectly respecting my drawn figure. That can change any second, especially in New York and with news coming out in 15 minutes. So entertaining how you always answer repeated questions. Yeah, that's the thing, you know, sometimes people are new and you have to give everyone a chance, even though I see repetitive names. But if I can't keep my cool in this, how am I going to keep my cool in multi-million-dollar positions, you know? New York is opening strong. First 15 minutes of New York are absolutely strong. Look at the first 30 seconds of this new candle. Jesus. How long are you in trading? I've been in trading over 8 years now. And my initial capital was around 20K. What a push, huh? New York hasn't seen a single second of downside, it looks. And I think we're up almost 1% now. 0.75% from opening. New York got some wheels, taken off the training wheels. New York is ready to hammer. Little New York is choosing violence. Long or short, fuck you. Why is this coin pumping again? Because everyone keeps blindly shorting it. So the amount of short liquidations that are piling in are an absolute feast for the market makers. And that's why we keep on going up. Because look at the amount of liquidations that powered up since the beginning already, and DXY is shitting the bed, so that's also not a big help for it. How much liquidation was that? 3.92 million still showing. Chuda, this shit is crashing. 5 million. Should have been more, I think, in my humble opinion. But yes, they're taking out. They now had a very casual 1% plus move up, 1.1%. Liquidations are piling in. They've eaten their first liquidity, and probably at the 76.6 is where we might see the first signs of reversal, but that's where I exit the rest of my current short. Looking fresh and clean, keep up the good work. I'll do my absolute best, my friend. May I ask you a background, were you in finance or just freelance or start on your own? I had a company in AI-driven lighting, and always a fascination for things I couldn't understand. And that's what brought me to trading. I think my pattern hereby gets invalidated, right? Bro, I just asked you nothing to cause. One, I decide that myself. Secondly, you come in here and your first message is long or short. Sorry, I'm the issue. I understand now. Yeah, like interior tracking people with sensors and AI driven. So bringing daylight to the inside, stuff like that. I didn't study, man. We're going for that liquidity. Are we on short? No, we're doing absolutely nothing. So I am in a short from 67.5. Stop loss at break even, taking 60% off the table. And if it hits, I'm gonna be completely sidelined. I exited. So there's that. It looks to be holding pretty decent about the 67K range. Got pretty nicely ragged on Sunday, but at least I slept calm after that. That's always good. And then Chento sideline. Bro, I never sideline people from talking to me, to be honest. I should sideline people more from talking to me. That's my whole issue. This is a good candle. This is a very, very decent candle. The feeling of being invalidated? How do you mean, my friend? Wait for 16 job market. Yeah, that's what we're doing. But there's a lot of... Listen, today, guys, especially with the monthly closing, is next to completely untradeable. 2.3% up from the lows and from the high that it made last night, we are 3.6% down. So this is officially semi-untradable range. 3% or we went up, oh, what did I do? We went up 3%, 3.5%, we went down again ferociously, we're going up again ferociously. It just left, right, center, uppercut, left hook, liver. It's giving us everything, man. It's giving us the whole nine. What's your cap though? My 𝗩𝗏𝗡 account now holds $1,988,000. I did it the wrong camera. I'm stupid. That's what I publicly willing to share. What I hold. Enjoy your life until 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗧 instead of blowing your accounts. Bro, that's what I'm doing. 500 watchers. Hell yeah, hit the like button. We're hitting the 500 today. That's nice, guys. 504. Absolutely amazing. Great to see the community growing that much. Great to see you guys. Got 2M earlier. Yeah, I retraced most of my profits. I currently drive the new M5 G90. Which coin we invest? Bitcoin. Looking forward to getting back to 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗧. Yeah. Well, listen, guys. Honestly, I miss my family. I'm ready to get back home. I will be back to South Africa at the end of the month to work with the team here more, probably another 2 weeks. But for now, I'm 100% ready to go home, see the family again, see the dog. Hit the like, no cost. Yes. G-Class. Yeah, I like a G-Class. G63 would actually be nice. The only thing I don't like about the G63 is like the brake pads seem so small on the thing, you know? Such a massive car, and then it has like these small brakes. Okay, for Bitcoin, if it's holding above, it looks that it has flipped now the resistance into support by immediately retesting and shifting out higher. We have 8 minutes till job opening, only 7.5 million taken out of the markets. I expected so much more of the shorts to get liquidated. But it seems to me that the longs are more aggressively opening. It's a touring, man. I like the touring more. It's a moving brick aerodynamically. I 100% see where you're coming from, and I can 100% understand that. Look at the perfection of how it tapped and how it... That's crazy. It's having a lot of strength, guys. It's having a lot of strength. Again, like, I would love for them to start and test the 77K. That would be the ultimate goal. So let me remove this. This is the setup that we're taking yesterday. Let me get these off for a second. So the ideal scenarios as of currently, the ideal ones would end here. These would be the ideal ones. Why? Because if we look from a weekly perspective, these are such important hold levels with the wicks to the upside. And these are the only imbalances that we can still clearly see in the chart. that would be golden. The amount of liquidity that gets cleaned there would be absolutely unreal. So if you ask me, on a higher time frame perspective, that is what I would 100% go for. Wait, I need to drag them out a bit so that they will remain on higher time frames. This is ideally what I would love to see, to be honest. Now it flipped the monthly, it might push up higher. Let's see what it can do. I might start DCing into a long here. Why? Because if it flips the level, we might be in a different game, to be honest. We definitely might be into a different game. But let's see what it does. Let's see if it makes it out of this level. Yes, full port now. Is he in? I have sound off. Can't listen. Then bro, how do they need to tell you what I'm doing if you have sound off anyways? Your limit shorts from yesterday still valid? No, I cancel them. You are a genuine retail? 100%. What's the platform on the left side? It's FlowX. It's my own platform, or our own platform. From 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗙. Okay, I'm gonna hide these because otherwise I can't chart. I'll leave that one on since the market is outside of the realms of that. I even lost that one. Okay, let's bring back the liquidations. Chento on top. Looks to be rejecting here. I don't believe that they're gonna leave this. 68.4 would be, especially with DXY dumping, 68.4 is definitely in the cards right now, if you ask me. I ain't even talking about you. I know, buddy. Don't worry. I don't feel attacked if you say, oh, there are a lot of retail here. I don't get offended. Don't worry. Trying to hold the level and it's trying to stay above. This is such a crucial level, guys. 1 minute left for the news, yeah. 44 seconds. Guys, hit the like button. It's absolutely free. There are more than 500 people in here right now. So 231 likes alone. I think we should get easily to 350 likes. What do you guys think? There are more than 500 people here, which is absolutely amazing and mind-boggling. But it's ludicrous. Smash them likes, fam. Exactly. Awesome work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do it for me getting a koala. Vic, you're not getting a koala. Stop. And the news is out. Let's see. Are they actually gonna respond to this or not? Nothing yet. That's no decent move. Might see an upwards push. No clue what the numbers actually are. The market doesn't know either because it's still pending. Actual greater than forecast good for currency, so theoretically this is bad for DXY, for the dollar, which should be good for 𝗕𝗠𝗡𝗙𝗂𝗡𝗧𝗏. Shooter, fix this shit, it's lagging. This is why we haven't released yet. It's not perfect yet, we still have some things to figure out. That might be the internet here, to be honest. Because it's also having issues. There we go. That's better. Blame Tudor. Yeah. It's Baxter in the morning. It's Tudor in the afternoon. Listen, if I lose a trade, it's probably going to be the exchange. I'm flawless, by the way. Refresh it. I did. I did that. Thank you. Are you tech support by any chance? If you don't close on the 5-minute above the wick, we might dump. Yeah, this line is now holding down the whole market. So I want to see them go above to the 68.2k region. 13 million taken. It's a decent start. We got to start somewhere, right? Listen, the longer I see the PA, the more and more bullish I get, especially because they might have trapped a lot of longs on this last push. Like a lot of longs. This is John from Microsoft support. So what I'm gonna try to do is scale into a long. I can't chart it out differently. So I'm gonna take an entry here. I'm gonna take an entry here. So I'll put them next to each other so you guys can see the entries. Take an entry here. Why is this one significantly smaller than the other two? What's this now? Now I'm getting half the size or what? I would take one here. Then I would take a last one like this. Why do I do it like this? Because I have to layer in. And this is not going to be a full port trade. This is not going to be a maximum margin or something insanely crazy. This is just to get a slight DCA on the first retrace. And stops down below. Why? I don't yet like them pushing, or I don't yet see them pushing through. What I do see is DXY still in a downwards trajectory. I see a lot of whale buying, I see a lot of pressure. The volume is looking good. And as I said, 77k is such an interesting level. So I'm figuring out how to do this and how to chart this out for you guys. Yeah, that's a good one, eh? It's dumping slowly, yes. Can't see it. What can't you see, my friend? This is a big move. This is a $300 move. What is the range that New York covered till opening? Like this is what I'm contemplating, guys, so I'm not sure about it yet, to be honest. Guys, listen, this market is probably the hardest market I've ever traded. No joke, no cap. It's not eating the liquidity the way I would like to. First entry, wait, slow down, calm your horses. Let me look at the price action. Let me look at the PA, what they're actually doing, and then we can make a decision, shall we? As we still might move down. They might still be trapping up here. Look, they're already retesting. So give it a bit of time, let it sink in, and if we see some strength, we're gonna take the retrace. But as long as they haven't broken above the 67.6, nothing to go in. Guys, market order full port now. Please don't. Absolutely, please don't. Short open. I hope you guys are trolling me, to be honest. Because it looks like it will brutally dump again, with only 9 million in liquidations done. This is definitely the hardest market I've ever traded. I've said it 5 times now during this stream. I can't build a position here. I can't not build a position. Nah, we're not gonna do this. I can't build a position mid-range. I can't build a position on this current market. Oh, this is such an annoying market and such an annoying way of trading this, to be honest. Like everything on 20x or higher gets annihilated within a day. That's absolutely crazy to me, to be honest. Please explain why this is the hardest market. Have you seen it move by any chance? Have you seen this market? Well, it moves like we're trading a meme coin. It goes 4% up, 4% down on the same day on absolutely no data, no news, no nothing. And if you blink twice, it might even... If you blink twice, it might even just leave your screen. Look at this pattern. It's just a slow bleed of $400. This is not a small candle, my friend. These two candles itself represent 0.6% move on positive news for Bitcoin. So the market gives you something positive and something good, and then the price like, you know what, I considered it, it's absolutely not happening. Place a short and take a nap? Well, that is a liquidation email waiting to happen. Listen, now especially on the monthly close, I would absolutely stay away from it and not even touch it with a 10-foot pole. Stop talking about my Labubu trauma. Bitcoin just constantly looks insanely exhausted. Like all it wants to do is just jump off a cliff. Like insanely jump off a cliff. Then as a result, it does something else entirely afterwards. Like now, honestly, it would look like it's gonna absolutely dump, right? So what's going on here? Okay, I'm back. Imagine what? Imagine him trading on April's Fool. Tweeting, yeah, that would be hilarious. That would be the bomb, wouldn't it? Yeah, Bitcoin doesn't know what to do. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. End of month, end of quarter. Listen, guys, this is so hard to say something about, and that's why. Listen, I prefer to preserve capital over just blindly aiming to positions, because it's not worth it for anyone, you know. My personal understanding and my personal opinion would be that they go higher. That's my personal understanding. And it looks like they're rejecting here. That's just how it's looking, but there's zero guarantees there. I'm just checking some information, give me a second. How far will they let me go with this? Okay, that's pretty far. Okay. 2 minutes, 6-7. What's with 2 minutes? BTC is like my wife when she tries to dress in the morning. What do you mean by that even? Your short stopped out? No, barely. But I'm gonna be out. And then I'm gonna be completely sidelined for the remainder now. Why? Because there's no glory to be made in this. Any trade plan? Yeah, but there are entries way below. I'm not longing this mid-range, so we'll have to see. We're sitting in a tricky place, bro. We're sitting in an insanely dangerous place, where New York is refusing to go down on any given time frame, on any given way. While the market is grinding up but still not grabbing the liquidity above at the monthly and quarterly close. Like, listen, my honest advice would be run and absolutely refrain from touching this. Price is just joking, bro. Price absolutely joking. But listen, every time I've seen a pattern like this, it's grinding up again, you know? It exponentially moves out. I wasn't even done talking. Think the current market is worth trying to pass a bit funded account. I would go to breakout and wait a bit, because I might do it with you guys. Thanks for the advice, hands behind your back. Listen guys, this is a market to sit back, relax, watch how they do all the fuckery from the complete playbook that you've ever seen and ever could imagine, and then just smile because you didn't lose any money. Silver, copper, gold breaking out. Yeah, that's never good for Bitcoin, to be honest. And DXY is crawling back. Listen, it's... How long did it say 2 minutes ago? Bro, what do you want, a fucking cookie? You're pretending to come in and be the market maker or what? Dragonfly, is that you? Absolute joker. Okay guys, my meeting is coming in and I gotta pack because I'm flying at 7 in the morning and I want to do it while I'm semi-fresh. It has been amazing to stream and the support. Join the free Discord, hit the like button because the likes are heavily undervalued for today. 254 only, like come on, do you guys even like it? Bitcoin's grinding up, there's nothing to trade from here, so I prefer to save energy. And I'll catch you all on Thursday. Thank you all.